Hello, how are we all doing this evening? My name is Jacob Frew. Again, this is my negative rebuttal, my first negative rebuttal. And I just wanted to start off by getting into mental health. Gabrielle, I'm very sorry you deal with that. And for anybody else that's dealing with that, I'm very sorry as well. My thoughts and prayers are with you during this time. And it's definitely not something to be joked around about or, mistaken. If people are dealing with stuff, it's serious and you really need to address that in a serious way, which I'm going to do today. I'm going to negate a couple things Gabriella had said about the health related ground system, give a few other pointers, and give you my reasoning to why you should vote for me. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're talking about physical and mental health. They are two completely different things. In the health related grounds, it's a physical or mental disorder associated with harmful behavior may dismiss an alien or illegal immigrant at the border. Now, that being said, there is a process to how we come up with if they're not healthy or if they have a mental disorder. So dismiss seems like a vulgar, not so, nice term to put it. But these people get a psychiatric evaluation from actual doctors. And if they're coming to the States to try and figure that out, they just figured it out there. We have doctors at the border who run these tests and run these vaccines. And you know what? If they're missing one shot or something, we may even be able to provide that for them if we have it on hand. So like I was saying, it's a provided psychiatric diagnosis when there. Even if they have mild mental health issues, I'm going to just hammer this point down one more time. We have professionals there that are able to assess if they're admissible or inadmissible to the United States. And Gabrielle had also talked about, certain people being born with rights. Everybody born in the States has rights. You are completely correct about that. But when people are coming to the United States looking for care and they go to the border and they say, I have rights, but they're not a natural born U.S. citizen. And sadly, these people crossing aren't citizens of the United States and are not granted the same rights as us. Not saying they aren't human, but as far as our terms go and our standards go as a country, we would be remiss if we, gave somebody the same rights as somebody born in the not born in the United States versus a U.S. citizen. And I just want to get into my next point is if they're admitted and became legal citizens, they are granted these rights. So with that being said, when these people are brought into the United States, they are able to have these rights if done so legally. She also talked about them coming and helping the economy. A lot of these people that go through the system and run all these tests, they still do not get their green card. They do not go through the proper steps. And especially with us being in an economic crisis right now, I'm not saying money is everything, but her making a point on them helping the economy, for the most part, I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, even though in some cases there are people that do come here and, do pay their taxes and, help us out a little bit. But for those people that don't, it's just not very good for us economically because there's people buying and consuming goods and we're still paying taxes. And we're like, paying these taxes, wonder why they're rising is because we're paying for stuff that other people aren't paying for. So that's one red flag I'd have to say about that. She talked about also our borders being closed and we're not letting people in. The health-related ground system and this rule with the whole Borderland Security Patrol down at the border, our borders aren't 100% closed, and these set of rules and guidelines we have in place do not just turn these people around and say you can't come in. Yes, there's certain times where certain borders, like in California or Texas or somewhere where people are trying to cross, our country may call for an emergency shutdown where people aren't even allowed to leave here who are in the U.S. and people aren't allowed to come in. That would be the only thing. That's just because of COVID going on right now. There's no part in the health-related ground system, in the whole health-related grounds, where it says that these people that can't come in unless they obviously have mental, physical health issues that, restrict them from coming in and make them inadmissible. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, it was important that she brought up mental health and everything that she had stated, but we need to stay on the topic as to why health-related grounds, why the health-related grounds are in place and why they should not be removed. Without these set of rules and guidelines, we have nothing to go off to show what these people need to have a vaccine for, how their mental health needs to be assessed. If we didn't have these set of rules in place, again, like I said in my first video, we'd have to make up a whole new system. And I just think that with all this stuff we've worked so hard on over the years, dating back to 1882, it's ridiculous. I think we should definitely keep these rules in place and keep treating these people right at the border, which this system in place helps do. I don't think that we should get rid of the health-related grounds. So with that being said, please vote for me. Please side with the facts, and please side with the system that is guaranteed to keep us safe, keep these people safe, and assess them when needed. Again, a last point I want to touch up on before I run out of time. I really just want to say that these people going to the border and getting assessed and seeing what's needed, these people seeking a medical evaluation, they get it at the border. There's doctors there that tell them what these people need, what their mental health issue is, and what they need to do to fix that. If anything, it's helping these people that are trying to get into the United States. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. And again, thoughts and prayers are with anybody struggling with a mental disorder or disease. My thoughts and prayers are with you. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.